Shanghai is the best city to be gay in mainland China and has probably the best gay scene outside of Beijing. Hi lovely humans! Happy Pride Month! Whee! Hi, if you're new to this channel, my name is Clara and I make travel related videos approximately every week or so, especially related to China, traveling in China. If you are not new to this channel and you know me, you will notice that maybe the background is a bit different. That's because I'm currently at my mom's house for a few days, but I thought I would still try to film something because I really wanted to make this video. So this video is going to be about what it's like to be LGBT plus in Shanghai, what it's like to be a gay expat, a queer foreigner in Shanghai. I say foreigner because of course I'm going to talk about things from my perspective. I studied in Shanghai for a year and I'm a white bisexual girl. Bisexual, pansexual, but I'm white. I was a foreigner, so I'm not going to talk about what it's like to be a Chinese gay person. I don't think I have the right perspective, I don't have knowledge, so I can't talk about other people's experiences. If you are interested in that subject, I will list a bunch of resources in the description. I will recommend you especially the channel of China LGBT. It's a great channel and they will explain tons of things to you if you're interested in knowing the LGBT plus community of China. But in this video I'm going to focus on the perspective of a foreigner coming to study or to live or even to visit Shanghai and who wants to connect with the gay scene in Shanghai. Now let's get into the core of this video. Homosexuality in China is legal since 2001 and is no longer considered a mental illness. So that's the good part. On the contrary of many countries still in the world, unfortunately, China, luckily, is not criminalizing gay people. But Chinese people in general are still quite resistant and reluctant to accept LGBT plus people. It's still perceived as something very foreign, something that Western people bring to China and that is not a real Chinese thing, like Chinese people can't be gay. That also means that as a foreigner coming to China, you will not endure the same prejudice, the same discrimination that a gay Chinese person could face. In general, they're not really into PDA. You would preferably abstain from really obvious PDA, but at the same time, girl pal, female friends, really commonly held hands. You can see them being really close with each other. So if you're passing as a woman couple, you might be really close and people will just assume you're friends. Similarly, even if it's a bit less, but still, you might notice that guy friends in China can be really touchy-feely with each other. So you can basically hold each other's shoulders or being a bit touchy with your partner in public and it will not be perceived as necessarily a relationship thing. You can also notice that in Shanghai, people are likely to be less noisy than elsewhere in China, meaning that they will ask less questions about your personal lives, unless of course you're having a real discussion. But you can still encounter people who will ask you if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, if you have a spouse, etc. If you don't present in a traditionally feminine or masculine way, you may have people asking you really personal questions about who you are, but in Shanghai it will be less frequent than elsewhere in China. I would probably advise you to dodge those questions altogether, but in the cases you would like to answer, just know that in general the likelihood of someone getting violent or even physically aggressive with you are quite low. Of course, be cautious and read the room, but in general China is pretty safe. Side note, I don't know any trans folks who traveled through China. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know any transgender people who've traveled in China, so I don't really know the situation for them. Now, onto the LGBTQ plus community in Shanghai, properly speaking. First of all, I need to mention the work of the association Shanghai Pride, or Pride Shanghai, I never know. I will list their WeChat and Instagram, etc. in the description. It's an association and they organize tons of events throughout the year and especially during Pride months. Their work to advocate for gay rights and to federate gay associations throughout China is admirable. I just love you guys, really. So if you're traveling in China and especially in Shanghai and you want to connect with the LGBTQ+ community, you might check them out, check what they're doing at the moment, if they're organizing anything. That's probably your best shot. Shanghai is the best city to be gay in mainland China and has probably the best gay scene outside of Beijing. Because there are still tensions with the government, most gay places in China won't label themselves as such. They will be quite hidden. But there are two main places that I would like to recommend you, one lesbian bar and one gay club. First of all, Lucca. Lucca is Shanghai's most important gay club. It's basically a must. I went only twice, I think, but it's kind of the quintessential gay club. Tons of alcohol, super packed, very hot in all sense of the word, some male strippers, pole dancing, the whole package. The majority of people there are gay Chinese guys. Less known bar, which is the Roxie. It's very small, it's a bit hidden, but there's some sort of family-like atmosphere. I really like it. The alcohol is cool. They have some special nights sometimes, like to discuss important topics for LGBT plus community or projection of queer movies, all that kind of stuff. On that topic, another good account to follow is LesQueers. It's a community for queer women and gender non-conforming people. They have articles, events, and most importantly, they have a super cool group chat. I will not link it for privacy reasons, but on this group chat you can find links to join meetups, group activities, specific discussions. Everything is organized so that queer women of Shanghai can hang out together, do activities together, and have a social circle of people with similar mindset and orientation. And I kind of felt there a sense of belonging, if you may say. Of course, I'm talking more about what's out there for gay girls, but that's because I know personally that. I think there might be some similar resources for gay guys, but honestly, I haven't heard of them, and my gay guy friend haven't heard of them. So I'm not sure if there's really such a group chat or such a tight-knit community for guys in Shanghai. Of course, feel free to correct me in the comments, but from what I've seen and what I've been told, gay guys connect mostly through dating apps. By the way, dating apps. I could make a whole video about them, it would be so funny, but let's stay on topic. Let's just give you the most important informations. Gay guys use mostly Grindr, of course, and Bluehead, and gay women use LesSparks or Her. Because Tinder is mostly linked to Facebook, which is blocked in China, Tinder is mostly used by foreigners and the expat community, but you might find gay people on there and even gay Chinese people. As for the traditional Chinese apps such as Momo or Tantan, you have the possibility of choosing the same gender in the settings, which is cool, but you will not have, of course, any non-binary options, and you might find some gay guys, but as for gay girls, the choice is pretty limited. You will not find many gay girls on Momo or Tantan. There are some, hey, but not many. Side note, I'm putting in the description the link of an article about useful Chinese slang for the gay community. To get back to the gay scene in Shanghai, expect in general the gay community to be still quite heteronormative. I don't know how much it applies to men, but I really noticed it in the gay women, in the queer women community. There is a strict divide between femme and butch. Because of course a relationship will always be between a femme woman and a butch woman. You won't see many relationships with a femme and a femme or a butch and a butch. And that was actually quite surprising for me, to have these gender roles still apply within the queer women community and within queer dating. But hey, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my social circles. That was just my first time in China seeing such a strong divide between the two traditional roles in a queer relationship. And of course, those are generalizations, they don't apply to everyone, blah blah blah. Biphobia in the queer community is still a very real thing in Shanghai, at least in my experience with queer women. Of course it's sad, but I think it's probably getting better every year. But expect people to be generally quite uneducated of the other letter of the acronym outside of L and G. Overall, being gay in China is quite easy and quite pleasant, but your perception of it will depend on where you're coming from. I mean, I had a guy from San Francisco tell me that the gay scene in Shanghai was so small and so poor and he hated it. But I also had a girl from Thailand telling me that Shanghai was perfect for her because the scene for gay girl in Thailand was really too small and too conservative. For me personally, being abroad was really liberating in terms of me expressing my identity, my sexual orientation. And there in Shanghai I really felt part of the queer community, and that was a great feeling. I met wonderful people, I made amazing, wonderful memories. And again, I applaud the work of all the associations who make this possible by defending gay rights, by defending gay places in China and in Shanghai, to make it still possible for us to have a safe place, a safe space. Kudos to you guys, you rock. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, interesting and entertaining. As always, there are a bunch of info in the description, and you can also tell me in the comments what you think, or if you have any questions, you can also send me an email. And yeah, I hope you're doing good. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye!